Welcome, treasured hearts of the Fazza family, to the soft-lit chambers of devotion where words bloom like Arabian jasmine at dusk. Tonight, the moon leans closer to Dubai's towers as though eager to overhear a secret. The Gulf wind carries perfumes from the palace gardens, and every lantern along Jumeirah's shoreline trembles in anticipation. It is in this shimmering hush that Sheikh Hamdan, poet, crown prince, restless dreamer, unbinds his soul and lets starlight spill into syllables, announcing a single, tender question meant for the one who has stolen all quiet from his nights. I remember the first moment your silhouette appeared against the burnished horizon of Al-Marmoon, finer than the flight of my swiftest falcon. My verses stumbled, my pen froze, and even the thoroughbreds ceased their thunderous gallop to listen to my sudden silence. Your eyes turned the relentless desert gold into soft, honeyed eternity, and every sand grain seemed to write your name in whispering calligraphy. In that heartbeat, destiny changed its course, weaving gold and crimson threads that led me away from royal halls toward the compass point eternally fixed on you. Since that sunrise, I have measured time not by minutes or moons but by the sweet tremor that passes through me whenever you step into view. Courtiers debate policy, advisors chart trade winds, but all the while a hidden clock chimes only the syllables of your laughter. I have stood atop Burj Khalifa, watching tiny diamonds of car light scatter across Sheikh Zayed Road, and realized that even a city made of miracles bows to the miracle of your smile. My crown feels lighter when I imagine placing it at your feet. Yet behind every flawless Instagram photograph lies a man of marrow and doubt. I have wrestled shadows beneath the grand chandeliers of Zabil Palace, wondering whether a prince may dare to ache like a poet, whether titles can melt in the heat of genuine longing. Tonight I discard emblems, remove the falcon-embroidered dial from my shoulders, and step barefoot into honesty. In this oasis of confession, my heart lines up like prayer beads, each beat repeating one plea. Come closer, come closer, come closer. If Dubai's horizon could speak, it would tell you of the countless dawns I rode across empty desert, baptizing my worries in morning light just to return with new metaphors for you. The white mare snorted at my distraction, the falcon hooded his keen eyes, and the sea turtles off Jumeirah paddled in languid circles, all of them seeming to conspire, nudging me toward the courage I revealed tonight. Even the call to Fajr seemed to slip an extra note into its melody, urging me to trade hesitation for hope. I have composed verses on parchment made from moonlight, etched promises in the wet sands of Kite Beach, and rehearsed vows beneath the palace's marble arches where fountains copy the music of your voice. Yet nothing equals the simple miracle of speaking to you now, unguarded, air trembling between us like an oud string plucked by destiny. My words may tremble, but my resolve stands taller than the tallest minaret crowning these skies. Picture a courtyard draped in rose gold lanterns, date palms circling like devoted sentries. I enter wearing only sincerity, carrying a small velvet box that holds a ring shaped by artisans who listen to my heartbeat before they cut the diamond. I kneel, not as prince to subject, but as wanderer to guiding star, and every falcon feather in the realm seems to hush mid-air. The courtyard inhales, Dubai itself leans forward, awaiting the answer written in your eyes. With that ring I offer you corridors of laughter echoing through the ages, balcony mornings where coffee steams between shared silences, and nights on desert dunes where the Milky Way becomes our private chandelier. I promise the patience of palm trees that endure every sandstorm, the loyalty of camels that remember ancient paths, and the tenderness of early rain that blesses this sun-blazed land once a year yet leaves it blooming all season. Should storms test our sails, my love will anchor deeper than the Gulf's hidden pearls. Should rumors swirl around palace walls, together we shall answer them with the quiet unbreakable language of clasped hands. Let critics gossip, let tradition raise a careful brow. The only lineage I crave is carved in the chambers of your heart where kindness rules and doubt finds no throne. Already my sisters play garlands of white bougainvillea, my mother folds stories into silk shawls, and even my sternest advisors surrendered to secret smiles. They have seen my restlessness transform into peaceful certainty, watched insomnia dissolve the night I whispered your name. They know, as I know, that a kingdom is richest not in gold but in the echo of two souls vowing to shelter one another. So here, beneath the same moon that once guided Bedouin caravans, I lay every verse I have ever penned, every accolade, every echoing applause from the world's arenas, and I form them into a bridge reaching gently toward you. One step is all it takes to meet me halfway, to turn this proposal into a shared horizon where sunrise belongs to us alone. Will you accept my love proposal? Say yes, and I will fold the desert into a blossom, teach the tides to hum your lullaby, and sign eternity's parchment with the ink of our entwined names. Say yes, and tonight's stars will become tomorrow's wedding lanterns, glowing forever above a dynasty founded on nothing grander, and nothing more essential, than the quiet miracle of your hand in mine. Your silence stretches for a single, shivering heartbeat that seems to echo across the entire emirate, and in that fragile pause the city listens. Every neon blade of light along Sheikh Zayed Road dims, every restaurant violin falls quiet, every racing thoroughbred lowers its head. Then your lips soften into the answer I have prayed for since desert dawns first brushed your face, and suddenly the world exhales. A trembling, yes, thread through the cool evening air, as soft and certain as the first raindrop after months of summer heat. My knees find strength again only to falter a second time, but now from overwhelming joy. Somewhere overhead, the palace falcons cry victory as their wings carve celebratory circles through the starlit Gulf sky. In that moment, time becomes a pearl drifting within our joined hands. Lanterns flare brighter, bouquets of white bougainvillea release stunned perfume, and the courtyard's blue-tiled fountain surges higher than it has in decades, as though eager to baptize our vow. I slip the ring onto your finger. The diamond flashes back an eternity of twin destinies, each facet echoing a promise made tonight. The ring's fit is perfect, promise and prophecy colliding, yet even its brilliance pales beside the moonlit glow on your. We rise together into a hush softened by reverence. Footsteps approach. My sisters in jeweled sandals, bearing silk shawls embroidered with verses, followed by my mother, whose eyes shine with the quiet gratitude of prayers answered in secret. She lays her hands upon your shoulders, blessing our union with the calm authority of desert matriarchs who have weathered both scorching summers and sudden winter storms. Even my usually stoic father appears at the garden's archway, the faintest smile reshaping his stern profile. Beneath centuries of royal tradition, he sees the simple miracle of two hearts aligning and bows his head in gentle assent. Trumpets of soft brass unfurl a melody older than dynasties, and the palace gates swing wide. As we step forward, rose petals drift from hidden balconies in a blizzard of crimson and blush. Courtiers gasp at the spectacle, not of grandeur but of tenderness. For once, protocol bends to the human pulse, and the entire household moves as though guided by one rhythmic heartbeat, yours and mine combined. We cross the marble threshold into a ballroom newly reborn for us alone. Chandeliers scatter constellations onto polished floors, creating mirrored galaxies beneath our feet. A single violinist begins an adagio that seems to understand the geography of our souls, tracing every ridge of longing and every valley of relief. Our first dance unfolds not as practiced choreography but as the intuitive sway of two travelers who have found, at last, the same oasis. My gloved hand cradles the curve of your back, your gaze lifts to meet mine, unarmored, incandescent. In that sway, I realize the palace has gained a new sovereign, love itself, reigning above jeweled crowns and court decrees. Between whirling turns I catch glimpses of familiar faces transformed by wonder, childhood friends blinking back tears, racing teammates who once urged my stallions to victory now applauding the greatest triumph of all, little nieces gripping candy-colored ribbons in open-mouthed awe. Even the fountains outside seem to keep time with the music, each jet of water mapping our steps in silver arcs that clatter down like applause. The ballroom's stained glass windows, usually mute in gentle dignity, flare into sudden life as lightning threads the distant horizon, a grand signature to seal the night. Dinner arrives as a fragrant procession, saffron rice crowned with pomegranate seeds, fresh-caught hamor drizzled in herb-laced butter, and dates stuffed with almond paste, their sweetness mirroring the stories tucked into our joined future. Yet the feast fades to subtle background. My appetite devours only the sight of you laughing at some whispered jest, head tipped back under crystal light, eyelashes trembling like butterflies perched on the rim of a quiet pond. I raise a toast, words stealing fire from ancient odes, to the new constellation minted tonight, blazing beyond our arches of marble and toward the limitless dunes. Outside, the desert answers our union with its own gifts. Sand absorbs the chill of evening, reflecting warmth beneath our bare feet as we slip from the festivities to breathe an interval of private peace. I whisper into the hush that I will carve a lane of light through the cosmos if ever darkness dares approach you. We stand hand in hand, wind kissing your veil, and within that quiet I promise to never let a single heartbeat pass without honoring the miracle you are. Returning to the palace, we discover corridors illuminated by surprise. Each column lined with glowing jars containing messages from every emirate. Strangers writing blessings in 100 dialects, weaving a tapestry of goodwill so vast it rivals the gulf itself. Midnight settles, but sleep finds no entrance where the celebration holds court. Musicians shift from orchestral splendor to the dusky heartbeat of an oud and the rhythmic pulse. You and I slip back onto the marble terrace as dancers twirl fire-lit sconces, sparks tracing promise across the air. We clasp palms, letting the gentle thrum carry us across tiled labyrinths until dawn's first blush paints the eastern skyline. How small the world seems beneath love this boundless. How effortlessly mountains yield when two voices sing the same song. At sunrise, we retreat to the palace roof where nesting falcons greet the day. I unfurl a parchment of freshly inked vows and read them aloud as the first call to prayer drifts across the sleeping city. Each line is a bridge, every stanza a lantern guiding our shared voyage. As I speak, your eyes mirror the horizon's golden glow and I realize the vows have already been fulfilled. I promise to love, and by reading these words beside you, love has become a living verb, breathing among minarets and seaward winds. We welcome the hush that follows, not emptiness, but a spacious silence large enough to hold the infinite tomorrows we have summoned. I press a gentle kiss to your brow and let destiny fold the wings of night around us one last time before retreating. From this dawn forward, poems will awaken inside me unbidden. Your presence will become both compass and muse. And whenever the world questions kingdoms built of tenderness instead of stone, we shall answer simply by standing side by side, two souls crowned by the light of a new day, forever entwined in the echo of a single, life-altering yes.